Hey everybody, it's Ecap here, and welcome to This Week in WoW for the week of May 24th. As normal, we'll start off with the Mythic Plus affixes for the week. This week we have Tyrannical, Bolstering, Explosive, and Encrypted. Again, that's Tyrannical, Bolstering, Explosive, and Encrypted. Not too terrible of a week. Bolstering's never a fun one, although it did get nerfed, so it's not as bad as it used to be. And it's with Tyrannical instead of Fortified. The issue is the Explosive with the Bolstering. Could make you not want to do very large pulls, especially in pug groups, but a lot of pug groups don't really do large pulls anyways. So for just a normal 5-6 pack pull, bolstering explosive is not that bad. You can handle those amount of explosive orbs pretty easily, and there won't be too much bolstering going on to destroy you there. And of course, it's not fortified, so the mobs don't have insane health. So not a terrible week, not the best combo in the world by any means. But obviously, if it was fortified bolstering explosive, that would then be a really awful week. So this one is not as bad. And you also can't bolster bosses anymore either. So that's also something to take into account since it's tyrannical. Let's go ahead and talk about what's going on in game this week. There's not a ton going on in game this week. This week we have PvP Brawl of Temple of Hot Mogu. I don't really like that one very much. And then we also have Time Walking for Wrath of the Lich King. You can maybe get a feel for Wrath again with Classic Wrath coming out somewhat soon. You can head into there and do your Time Walking. And then on Friday we have the Glowcap Festival. So this is not really a big event, but what it is good for is if you do not have like Exalted with Sporegar from Burning Crusade in Zangarmarsh, if you go do the Glowcap Festival, you'll easily get your rep up and max that out. And that's just it. Basically, maybe that's why they made the event. If so, I hope they make an Ogre Law event, because that's the only BC reputation that I do not have max, because I absolutely hate those dailies, the Ogre Law dailies. So I would love if they did like a mini event for that faction as well, if that's, because it kind of feels like that's the point of the Glowcap Festival. Other than that, there's actually nothing else going on in game this week, which is kind of disappointing, of course. Last week we did get some 9.2.5 news. It seems like that patch is going to be sooner than later, the 9.2.5 patch. This is not released Season 4 with it, so you don't have to worry if you're still working on Season 4 things. It doesn't release with that, and they haven't even tested the new raid affixes for Season 4 yet, so we're probably still a ways away from actual Season 4, probably months away. So, but the 9.2.5 patch could only be like a month away, month and a half away, maybe 2 months away, but somewhere soon. So hopefully we get more information from there. Hopefully it's good information. They did, right before I recorded this, I read part of an article, I didn't finish it, about some things they're talking about with add-ons and changing some things in game. I might do a video on that, because I actually have some pretty strong feelings about it. I'm not anti-add-on or pro-add-on, really. I use the minimum amount of add-ons possible, and if I don't need a weak aura for a fight, I don't use it. And I use DBM for the timers, which I think is what most people use it for. And other than that, I don't really care for add-ons all that much myself, but I do think that you can overreact. So I think I might do a video on that, depending. I'll finish the article and see how I feel about it. But I did just see that before starting to record this. And then I did stream one time last week, I believe, and I had a lot of fun doing that. A lot of people actually came through, said hi, and a lot of really nice positive things said to me. A lot of rep paladins, appreciative rep paladins, and hey man, I'm very glad I could help anybody out, because back in Legion, if you don't know my origin story, I was a holy paladin who had like some blue parses as ret, like when I had to play DPS random nights, and I got approached by a guild who was at least in Mythic. They weren't a CE guild. It's this guild still technically, but they weren't a CE guild at the time. And I was approached and asked to join, and I knew how to play ret decently, and it was actually pretty easy in Legion to do so. Yeah, I had to learn more and get better and better and better, obviously, because if you're the best you can do is a blue parse, then you probably shouldn't be getting cutting edge. So I had to get better and better and better, teach myself, read everything, and I'm just very glad to help other people out. And if you don't know what started kind of me doing Rep Paladin content is, I was looking up Rep Paladin videos myself, and a lot of them were bad and not true and not helpful at all. And some of these had a lot of views and from big like 100K subscriber channels, and they were just terrible. And I said, well, I already know this is wrong, and I'm not even that good yet. So I'm going to learn how to play, and I'm going to make videos for it too, that are actually true. So that was kind of where that all started. So I'm very thankful for those that stopped by. Still will have random streams coming. A lot of them are just going to be really chill. Nothing too big going on during them. You know, leveling, you know, just farming old mounts, stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff I like to do when I just chill and play WoW. If I were playing another game, then I would, you know, it's the time where I either play another game or I just do really chill stuff on WoW. So that's where I'm at with that. Other than that, we are on to Mythic Anduin in the guild, kind of catching up with the guilds that raid like 10 to 12 hours a week, even though we only raid 6 hours a week. Now, Anduin did just get more big nerfs, so those guilds will probably get unstuck probably pretty soon, the ones that are still stuck on Anduin. And hopefully we do not get stuck on Anduin, and we can just kind of keep trugging along to the jailer and, you know, get him down here sooner rather than later. And that should be really fun as well. So this tiers are going pretty well for my guild. We're doing pretty well. Everything's going pretty well. You know, Dragonflight, so far so good. Everything's pretty positive for me, at least right now in World of Warcraft. I do think the PvP is a little bit not great right now, though, unfortunately. So I think I might make a video on that as well, because it's something that, again, I used to love the PvP, and now I don't even PvP anymore. So that's it this week, guys. Not a ton to talk about, unfortunately. Hopefully more news this week. I'll keep you updated. Obviously, the number one thing I'm looking for is to have access to the talent trees for Dragonflight, so I can start playing around with the ret stuff and other specs too. But so I can start playing around with the ret stuff in there and see what it's like. But that's like the number one thing I'm looking for, which will probably, from what they said, the talent trees might come out like way even before the alpha and let people play with them. So I hope that happens soon. That's it for this one. As always, I do ask you to please subscribe to the channel. Helps me out so much. And other than that, everybody, have a good one.